Hello everyone and welcome into Kendall Ice Arena here in Kendall, Florida. It's game 2 of a 2-game series between the Embry-Riddle Eagles and the University of Miami Hurricanes. These two teams played just last night at 8 p.m., tying it up in overtime. 4-4 was the score. Both teams were firing offensively, really testing these two goaltenders. Ferry Michelini Estulin and Max Mensimer were the goal scorers for Miami. And on the side of Embry-Riddle, it was Archibald with 2 goals, McCaw and Logan Jackson, who had that game-tying goal, which sent the game into overtime. And Miami really hasn't been the best in overtime this season, with 1 loss in that column, but they were able to get their 2nd tie of the year last night and are looking to help their standings out just a little bit as they sit 7th in the ACHA College Hockey South Conference, while Embry-Riddle sits at 9th with 7 points. But we are sure to have a good one for you here today. We have a working clock as well, so it should be a good one here in Kendall. Lots to look forward to, but for now, we will watch the rest of the warm-ups and take a break for the national anthem. Don't go anywhere. Hurricanes and Eagles right after this. Welcome back into Kendall Ice Arena here for the next edition of the Embry-Riddle Eagles and the University of Miami Hurricanes. I'm Connor Stein calling all the action for you this afternoon for this very exciting matchup. These two teams battled last night and drawed at a score of 4-4 even after a 5-minute 3-on-3 overtime period. The goal scorers last night for the Hurricanes were Ferry Michelini, Estulin, and Max Mensimer. And on the side of Embry-Riddle, it was Archibald with 2 goals, McCaw and Logan Jackson who sent it to overtime. But for Miami, it was a lot of first-line contribution with every single one of their first liners getting a goal except for Zidakis, who's a defenseman. So obviously Miami getting that tie is important for standing-wise. You get the point. But obviously you want to end up with 2 points in the column, getting yourself a win. So it's going to take a little bit more than that first line to get over these Eagles who have been gritty and fierce against these Hurricanes. Miami, wearing all white, will go right to left. Embry-Riddle in all navy will go left to right. And we are just underway here from Kendall. Jackson sends it all the way down past Kolb. Kolb getting the start tonight as he did last night as well, as Miami trying to fight through neutral ice, but it gets sent back down. Ray Owens tries to exit the zone, but it's turned around and scored! Ronan Luke with a quick goal just 31 seconds into the hockey game. And Embry-Riddle takes a 1-0 lead. It was an outbreak miscue by Ray Owens that resulted in a turnover. We apologize for not having the replay there, but Miami already down 1-0 here. An unfortunate start for the Hurricane after a very unfortunate turnover in their defensive zone. But Embry-Riddle leaving right off where they were in last game with those 4 goals. As here comes Callahan with Turlick. It's the second line of the Hurricanes. Bursting into the offensive zone, but it's quickly cleared out down the ice by Lawless. McGuire will give chase in the near side corner. Kagan goes D-to-D with McGuire, but he will have to find a way to get out of the zone, but it skips over the stick of Archibald as Callahan wasn't able to play that puck. Here comes Kagan with some speed. Kagan tries to get the pass over to Jusko. The turnaround try is deflected away, and Miami's forced to regroup. Miami goes to make a change. It's a different goaltender tonight for the Eagles. Ryan Obert getting the start. Last night it was Ian Hollins, the senior, who allowed those 4 goals. So Embry-Riddle decides to make a change of goaltender, and we'll see how he manages this Hurricanes offense tonight as McCormick will wrap the puck back around. Miami doing a good job defending the blue line as here comes Morin. Morin with 3 goals on the year, one of the prolific freshmen from South Florida himself. Gets it down into the zone as Del Duco as they will make a change. Embry-Riddle having a tough time getting out of their own ends. As Kolb will just whisked it aside to the end corner. The centering pass was too far, so it gets sent all the way back down, this time by Kingsley. Hard contact along the near boards as Michelini, one of the goal scorers last night, tries to help his case. That puck trickles on net, and Miami having a tough time again clearing the puck, but they do so successfully with Brandenstein. Here comes the Estulin. Estulin pivots, waits, shoots, and it's saved there by Obert. Miami able to keep it in the zone with Brandenstein. Hard in the near corner is Michelini, who forces it up to a Stulin. Stulin does a little shovel pass up to Sudeikis. Sudeikis with the distance strides, blocked off an Eagle body, but it's kept by Brandenstein. Back to Sudeikis. Sudeikis with the shot, and a great save by Obert again. As Miami gets a quality opportunity with this line combination on the ice. It's Brandenstein, Stulin, and Michelini. Lawless was trying to make the play on the puck, trying to take Stulin out, but he was able to avoid the pressure as here comes Ray Owens through neutral ice. Ray Owens along the far circle. Can't find the puck. He likes to drop it back to Mensimer. Mensimer has Kingsley on him, able to force the puck off, but not for long as Ray Owens finds it back on his stick. Mensimer takes a try, gets blockered aside by Obert. And Embry-Riddle can't quite clear it. Mensimer able to keep it in the zone even after the pressure from Olsen. Mensimer goes for a change. Miami keeping that steady pressure on as that pass from Ferry went too strong and it sends down the ice. And they will get, I believe, an icing, but I think they're going to call a mistake on that because it was not an icing, so it'll be a center circle face-off for the Miami Hurricanes and Eagles. But quickly, Embry-Riddle, just 31 seconds into the game, found its way into the back of the net, and Miami is forced to play from behind. They did that a lot yesterday. They went down 2-1, but they ended up taking a 3-2 lead. So they know how to play from behind as Embry-Riddle will just try to get their motivation back. They started this game very strong, and getting a tie in this league is tough, especially with the competition that it faces. As that puck was misdirected by Jusko, and that'll go all the way down for an icing. .51 left to go in the first period of action here in the first period. Once again, I'm Connor Stein here for the University of Miami Hockey Network. It's going to be an offensive zone draw that's lost by Luke, but kept in by Jackson. Luke behind the net for the Eagles. Luke, the captain of this team, tries to go near side, and a great shot that just goes too strong into the netting. See if we can get this on the replay here. As you see a great move, a great circle, great edge work there, but just too strong of a shot there by Luke. Kolb was ready for it, but a good opportunity for Embry-Riddle as that puck is whisked aside by Phillips. It's sent back around the far boards. Turlick tries to clear the puck, but he's finally able to do so as Del Duca will tag it. Here comes Callahan on a stretch pass. He gets that puck stick checked as that puck is offside on Del Duca as he took a try, but it was past the blue line, so they will have a neutral zone face-off. Excuse me, this one's going to be in the zone, actually. I thought that the call was offside. I thought that's why they blew the play dead, but it seems as though it'll be a offensive zone face-off near side circle for Miami. Battle along the far boards. One and sent down by Castricani with a try and a blocker to side by Obert. Castricani able to send it back down. Good job on the defensive blue line for him as he's able to keep the pressure on for Miami. Callahan finds the puck. Turlick inside. It goes off the post. Callahan pivots, waits for Turlick. Turlick gets it back to Castricani. Castricani threw a couple sticks. The backhand attempt by Turlick is denied, and Embry-Riddle will try to get it out of the zone, but a good job being proactive on that blue line is Phillips, who keeps it in. McCaw is able to find McCormick, and Embry-Riddle finally able to leave the zone, but Castricani doing a good job as Miami makes a change to keep that puck in the end of Embry-Riddle. Turlick now on the near side. The whiffed attempt by Castricani, and here come the Eagles with McCaw. McCaw pivots, waits. He's got some help, a shot, and a save there by Kolb. That was Zanto who had that shot, but McCaw had all that speed, was able to find Zanto, and a good save, good glove save there by Kolb. Face off, sent into the far boards, and here comes Morin. Morin's got a Stuhlin with him, but that puck gets whisked away and sent up for Skirmer. Skirmer takes a shot that goes wide, and Miami will clear it out. 12:15 left to go in the first period here in Kendall, as Zanto, who had that great opportunity just a moment ago, back in the zone. He gets the puck on his stick. A good block by Mensimer right on, and Miami is able to eliminate that offensive pressure, but a little full court press defense by Embry-Riddle that tries to get out, but Miami's able to clear the zone, but not for long, as Mensimer will be forced to retreat. Here comes a Stuhlin. Stuhlin had a goal last night against these Eagles. We'll drop it back to Brendenstein. Brendenstein shoots it on the near side, back behind the goal, and it's picked up there by Skirmer. Sent along the boards as Mensimer tried to make a play on it. It's won by Olsen, who gets it behind the net, and Morin will force it out of the zone. And a good chip pass up from a Stuhlin up to Brendenstein. Brendenstein with the shot, and a good save there by Ober. Miami finally able to exit the zone with Morin, and a good little chip pass by a Stuhlin, and Brendenstein was able to get through the Embry-Riddle defender and get a good shot on net. And it will result in a Miami offensive zone faceoff. Jusko not able to find it in his feet. Lawless tries to clear it out of the zone. He does so successfully. A hard hit. Here's Cormel. He'll come in as Kagan will retreat behind the net. That goes off the skate of an Eagle and ends up for Michelini. Michelini inside with Brandenstein. That shot sticked aside by Ober. Kagan able to outburst that puck, and dumping and chasing it is Jusko. Coronel is able to clear it out, but not for long, as the outbreak was disrupted by Ray Owens. Ray Owens on the near side circle. Back up to Castricani with the distance try off the blocker. And Coronel is able to exit the zone. Petkovic got that puck stripped away as Ray Owens gets into the zone. McCaw shoots it down low. Kolb feels the pressure from McCaw, and Phillips will retreat, but he gets that puck pickpocketed by McCollum. McCaw now behind the net. He's got Castricani dripped over him. Hard battle along near the far corner. As Archibald, who had 2 goals last night, takes the puck and can't quite get a firm grab on it as Miami tries to make a defensive change. Delayed offside as Embry-Riddle was a little too antsy, and that pass able to be recepted by Stolen. And here comes Embry-Riddle with some speed. It's Skirmer battling hard, and Turlick able to get that puck off of the Eagles' stick and ends up on Stolen as that puck is once again turned over by Yaki. Yaki back down low for Archibald, who's battling with Zidakis. Skirmer in the corner who gets that puck turned over to Mensimer. And here comes Miami on a 3-on-2. And Mensimer decided to go outside instead of inside, so Turlick found his way offside, and there'll be a face-off right outside the blue line for Miami and the Eagles. 8:15 left to go in the first period. Your score 1-0, courtesy of Jackson from Embry-Riddle. As Miami will find their puck in their own end. He'll get it through neutral ice. Lawless will retreat in his defensive zone. Pivots to get the defender off as Miami was in the midst of a change. Here comes Remy Kagan with some speed. Remy Kagan with a shot and a glove save by Obert. We'll see on the replay here, Remy Kagan, who is one of those proactive defensemen who is able to make a play offensively, and a good glove save by Obert. Jusko will win that face-off back. Kagan whiffs on the first attempt, gets it down low to Morin. Jusko can't quite find the puck, and it's eventually sniffed out by Olsen. Olsen with some speed. He was very active offensively for the Eagles last night, but was not able to go on the score sheet as that puck is found by Filler, but it's quickly cleared out by Miami. No sticks touched it, so it will be an icing on the Hurricanes. And we will have another offensive zone draw for the Eagles with this line of Filler, Olsen, and Mahan. Kagan's able to find it off the face-off, but it's won back by Olsen. Kagan finds the puck, pivots into the Zamboni area, and Morin will pick it ahead. Here comes Way with some speed on the near side. Way, one of the freshmen who has really made his presence known with some goals this year at both the ACDC level and the M3 level, as Coach Tomamello has kind of spread out his roster a little bit, both getting players in multiple ways. There's a trip there on Castricani as he was trying to get into the zone. That was on Caden Coronel. You see Castricani trying to enter the blue line and just got a little tripped up. So now Miami will send their power play unit on, 3 of which had goals last night. And Embry-Riddle will be forced to kill a penalty here. A good start for them as they lose the draw, but it's picked back up by Ray Owens. Owens able to find Zidakis. Zidakis with the distance try. Off a deflection in the back of the net. It goes for Max Mensimer. the fifth-year senior for Miami, the captain of this team, gets his second goal of the weekend, and Miami ties this one up just 11 seconds into the power play. See Ray Owens controlling who he wants to pass to. It was a distance try by Zadakis, and then the loose change given up by Obert was fined by Max Mensimer. And that is his second goal of the weekend, his fourth overall in the season. As Miami will force the puck down the ice. Archibald able to get it down. Zadakis will play it behind the net. Ray Owens clears it and is able to find a Stolen. Stolen battles hard. Tries to get his centering backhanded feed, but it was too strong as here come Zembry Riddle. That shot sent with the side, and another centering attempt for Embry Riddle. Really good opportunity there by McCaw. He has McCollum with him, but it's forced out by the Hurricanes, and Brandon Simon will give chase on McCormick. McCormick will just elect to drop that puck off to his D-man in Kingsley. Miami on the attack here in the defensive zone, in the offensive zone, excuse me. Del Duco applying that pressure to Kingsley behind the net. McGuire does a good job keeping it in, but they call it offside as Del Duco goes to play the puck, and you get a little extra shove behind the play. But Miami able to tie this hockey game back up off the stick of Max Mensimer. Spent a ton of time leading this program, obviously in his fifth year here at the U. As that faceoff won by the Eagles. Lawless will control it, but it's sticked away and kept in by Michelini. Jackson will go behind the net, but they are finally able to clear it out. Logan Jackson clears it down. Behind the net it goes with Remy Kagan. .420 left to go in the first period. Kagan's able to outburst it ahead to Michelini. Michelini forced it to the blue line, but it gets turned over. Skirmer with a shot goes off the blocker of Kolb, and both teams will retreat. As Jackson will play behind the net. That puck turned over by Turlick off the stick of his, and here comes Castricani with a distance try off the pad of Obert. And Lawless will shoot it into his own bench. Look out, as the officials pointing for a far side circle face-off in the offensive zone for Miami. This game, though, eerily similar to how the first game started. In this two-game series, both of these teams just very even overall in terms of skill, and it's really just been a great afternoon and nights of hockey with these teams as Embry Riddle is able to force it down, but it's too strong for an icing. That was Pekovic, who just got a little too much air on that one and was not able to find a friendly stick. So Miami will go back and go in their offensive zone. But Embry Riddle today has really just struggled with getting those outlet passes that were really working last night for them. As there's a blooper shot from Jusko goes wide. Behind the net, off the board, make a funny bounce up to Castricani, but the pass from Jusko was too strong as Castricani will go to force it back in. Pekovic clears it up ahead for Coronel. Coronel with a near side shot goes into the netting. So Embry-Riddle finally able to get it out of their own zone with Coronel, who had a goal last night, but it was gloved aside by Kolb. 2:44 left to go in the first period. We thank you so much for tuning in to this edition of University of Miami Club Hockey here on the University of Miami Hockey Network. That shot blocked by Mensimer as that puck gets sent down for Kolb. Kolb tried to find Zidakis, but ends up finding the stick of Del Duco. Ryan Way now with a burst of speed. This freshman line of mostly freshmen, this is an interesting combination. It's good to see, though, with Way and Morin, just the freshman impact that has definitely been felt for this program, and it'll only get better as time goes on, as so many kids are interested in playing club hockey at the next level in the state of Florida, but also at the University of Miami and in the likes of Embry-Riddle as well. As that puck is sent down the ice, it does not hit a Embry-Riddle stick, so it'll go down for an icing. Just under 2 minutes left to play. And both these teams have kind of been at a standstill since that 31-second in goal by Jackson. Mensimer was able to get on the scorecard with that goal on the power play. But ever since then, it's been pretty even here in Kendall. Stool able to find Ferry in the slot, but it's disrupted and sent up the ice. Ferry tried to find that puck, but it ends up on Kagan's stick through neutral ice. Owens able to find a Stoolin, who finds a shooting lane and shoots it wide. It's a sharp angle for a Stoolin there, who couldn't find enough energy on it. As Ferry pivots with Owens. As Stoolin gets that puck taken away by McCaw. McCaw with a burst of speed. Under 50 seconds left to go, but this time it'll be an offside here on Embry-Riddle. See if we can get it here. Embry-Riddle just having problems, just getting their way in the offensive zone, and it looks like they're going to get McCollum there. The Jamestown, New York native, a little bit offside as he'll go into the face-off circle with Jusko finds that puck on his stick as both teams go battle. McGuire into the far corner. Up ahead, that puck disrupted there by McCaw. The turnaround try by McCollum is denied. And Embry-Riddle with Archibald behind the net. Back up for McCaw. McCaw shoots it on net, sticked aside by Kolb. McCollum. Back up top for Kingsley, and a shot on net for Kolb, and a great save. Under 10 seconds left to go in the first period. Kingsley was able to find that on his stick, and the distance try was fumbled with by Henry Kolb, but it was eventually saved. The medical student standing tall between his posts, as with just 9 seconds left to go, Castricani will clear the puck. Icing is waved off, and Phillips will just play it in the corner, and that'll do it for the first period of action. We're all tied up after one period of play here in Kendall, after goals from Jackson and Mensimer. But that'll do it for us for the first period of play. But much more to come here But for now, if you would like to support the University of Miami club hockey team, please feel free to scan this QR code or simply type in UMiami Men's Hockey on Venmo to show your support. Anything at all is appreciated, whether it be for jerseys, travel, equipment. We appreciate all of the support. But that'll do it for the first period of action. Don't go anywhere. We'll be back shortly for the second period. That's okay. Welcome back into Kendall Ice Arena here for the second edition of the University of Miami Hurricanes taking on the Embry-Riddle Eagles here in Kendall Ice Arena. It's been a good series for both of these two teams. Last night they took a draw. 4-4 was the score of last night's game, and tonight, or this afternoon I should rather say, is similar. It's 1-1 after one period of action, and Estulin loses that drawback from Luke, and Embry-Riddle will go back on the attack with Lawless, but they turn the puck over in their defensive zone. Ray Owens is heavy on the attack. Mensimer elects to dish a pass to Zidakis, who fires one on, but it's blocked in front. Ray Owens trying to pressure, but he gets berated by a couple of Navy jerseys, so Embry-Riddle will be forced down the ice. Zidakis is able to ring that run around the boards and is pushed ahead. Here comes Owens. He's got Estulin. Deflection in front and almost a goal in the back of the net for Miami. Zidakis able to keep it in, down to Estulin. Estulin finds Owens in the slot, but it's misplayed. A great opportunity for Miami here early in the second period. Max Mensimer and Logan Jackson had the 2 goals last period, and it's been pretty stally since the last power play goal from Max Mensimer. But we'll see how things go in this period as Turlick comes through neutral ice. He's got Estulin with him. He finds Estulin. The shot by Ferry is off the pad. The rebound by Estulin is just too strong. Great opportunity after great opportunity for Miami. Turlick around the net he goes, and it's picked up by Archibald, who sends it up the ice. McClaw comes in, and he takes a shot that goes off the pad of Kolb. A slap shot goes wide once again for the Eagles, and here come the Eagles in a setup in their offensive zone. Back up to the point, misdirection in front. That shot coming from Pekovic. Shot put on net from Kolb, but he makes the save again. But Embry-Riddle really parading on with shots here in the first period. They'll have a face-off once again in the offensive zone. Miami exchanged a punch, but coming right back was Embry-Riddle with an opportunity of their own. As here comes McGuire trying to clear the zone. He'll ring it around the boards. Callahan able to get it to Jusko, but it's kept in there and blown dead as McCormick got it stuck in his pants, it seems like. As we will reset, but it seems like the official is going to keep this one in the offensive zone of Embry-Riddle. 17:35 left to go in the second period. The official messes with the puck, and it's won back by Del Duco. Castracani will ship it ahead, but it goes not off the stick of Morin. Way goes in the near corner. Great moves there by Pekovic, who elects to drop it off. The shot put on net by Yaki is saved by Kolb. And man, just opportunity after opportunity ever since the outburst of the first line for Miami. It's been all Embry-Riddle in the offensive zone. Once again, I'm Connor Stein calling all the action for you here for the University of Miami Hockey Network. Embry-Riddle going right to left this period, and Miami going left to right as Phillips will play it behind the net. That one kept in. The shot by Mahan goes wide. And a hard hit into the boards causes a delayed penalty to be caused. And Miami looks like they will be going on the penalty kill as a hard hit into the boards by Castricani that was. Gets a roughing call, a roughing minor, so 2 minutes into the box he goes, and Miami will now be forced to go on the penalty kill with the top line of Embry-Riddle coming out on the ice. And that one quickly cleared out by Michelini, giving chase on it as the Embry-Riddle captain, assistant captain, Lawless. Kingsley with some speed up the near side. Stuhlen's able to pick it away, but not for long. Lawless back over across. The shot off a stick and into the near corner. Lawless back down low. Lawless takes a shot off the pad of Kolb, and Stuhlen will backhand it out of the zone with Kingsley and Michelini going to chase. Lawless waits and is able to find help. Pivoting around is Rowan Luke. Rowan Luke comes on the inside, but he gets that puck stripped. Embry-Riddle still maintaining possession. There's Jackson on the far side. He's able to find some help inside, and it was misdirected by Mensimer. And Lawless can't keep it in the zone, so it's sent down. 30 seconds remaining in the man advantage for Embry-Riddle. And Embry-Riddle having a tough time getting the puck out of the zone. On to Archibald's stick, who's able to find help in McCaw. McCaw around the far circle. Likes to make the pass over to Lawless. Lawless with a distance try. The rebound attempt goes wide, and the penalty will expire, and it'll be just in time for an icing as the man advantage expired, so icings are back on, and Miami will be back forced into the offensive zone. They've spent a long time this period in their own defensive zone. As McCollum will take the draw with Jusko. Jusko wins that one back, but Archibald is able to find it on his stick. One sent up to the point. Misdirection in front, off a couple of Hurricane sticks, and Kolb comes way out of his crease to make the save. Just great movement by the Eagles in their offensive zone. Petikovic with the shot that caused mayhem in front and caused Kolb to go all the way out of his crease, but he was able to make the save as a try right in front. Another attempt by McCollum, and Miami's able to avoid the pressure, but it's kept in momentarily on the stick of Castricani, and Turlick will tap it and send it back down. Jusko giving chase. It's turned over to the stick of Turlick. Archibald will send it down, but it's dropped. But he finds the puck back on his stick. And a cross-check into the net, it seems, as the net went off. We'll see what they call here. It was McCollum pressuring, but I don't think they are going to get, I believe they are going to get a cross-check here. That one's going to be on Archibald. That's a huge loss for Embry-Riddle. He had those 2 goals last night, and he was trying to make a play on the puck, but got a little frustrated and ended up cross-checking one of the Miami Hurricanes, so it results in a 2-minute cross-checking minor So Miami now will send out their power play unit and try to take the lead. Zedekis now at the blue line. Over to Mensimer. Mensimer in the slot to Owens. And a good save by Obert. So both teams having power plays in the span of about 2 minutes. And now Miami will try to force one in. They've been excellent on the power play this year. Had a power play goal last night and a couple in Tampa as well, as Zedekis not able to keep that puck in the zone. Giving chase to Zanto, but he will not be able to catch up to it. Stulin now comes up with some speed. Stulin drops the puck back to Mensimer. Mensimer with a shot off the stick of Owens, and Stulin will pick it up. Stulin can't quite find the puck. It's sent down the ice by Lawless, and Kolb will pick it up behind the net. Miami just really not able to get their power play setup going. They usually have 2 players in the slot. As here they have some trouble in the far corner. That was Skirmer that was pressuring for Embry-Riddle, and Owens will pivot. He has Olsen on him. Owens through neutral ice finds Mensimer. The Hurricanes stay on side, and the boards make a wonky bounce, so it ends up back on Mensimer's stick. And it's back on the stick of Olsen, and Zedekis can't quite keep it in, so giving chase on it now is Yaki. Yaki in the corner with a Stulin as he takes the shove, and he's getting up very slowly in the far corner. Cole picked the puck back up. Saucer pass over to McGuire. McGuire on the near side, pivots. Waits for some help. Finds Ferry. Ferry in the near corner. Over to Stulin, but that puck is disrupted. Only 2 seconds left to go in the man advantage, and that'll do it. So both teams exchanging penalty kills that are successful, and we remain 1-1 here. Ferry now in the corner with McCollum. Lawless battles, but he loses that battle to Way. Ryan Way feels some pressure from Olsen. Back down low for Ferry. And a hand pass is called. And they will have a face-off outside of the Hurricane zone. Hurricanes bench, Owen Gupta, who's been the interim head coach this weekend, pleading his case, but nevertheless, Miami will have that face-off outside of the blue line. It'll be one back by Embry-Riddle. It's Jackson who gets it across. Petikovic and Jackson go D to D, and it's eventually pushed forward. Sent down the ice. Cole lays it and set it to McGuire. Del Duco will clear it out of the blue line and send it ahead for Morin. Morin has Way. The sauce pass gets deflected off a stick, and another official arm goes in the air, as we will have another penalty pending on the Hurricanes, as Miami will tag up, as they're going to get Miami and Ryan Way on the interference. Ryan Way from Newtown Square, Massachusetts, has really been a prolific freshman for this Miami team. He's got reps with both the AC/DC team and the M3 team of Miami, and has really shined in the AC/DC role, but getting the start today here is Embry-Riddle will go back on the power play. Behind the net it goes McCall. McCall back over to McCollum. Back up at the point for Kingsley. Kingsley goes far circle, shoots low. Deflection in front, and it's gloved eventually by Kolb. Kingsley able to make the penalty killers of Miami be honest and get a good shot on net. As they say in hockey, that when you get pucks on net, good things will happen, as Kingsley finds the puck again. McCaw takes a shot, goes off the pad. Archibald will find the puck. And McCaw can't quite keep it in the zone, so he'll be forced out. McCaw able to avoid a couple of Hurricane sticks. Finds the puck back on his stick. Kingsley with a distance try off the pad of Kolb. McCollum back up to Lawless. Callahan trying to disrupt for the Hurricanes. Back up, a shot off the post that time was Jake McCaw right in the slot, but Miami with a good play defensively. Kept along the near corner. Comes a shot by Kingsley. The redirect, they score! We'll wait for the official of who exactly got that one, but leading the line is Archibald, who found the puck after the redirection. Let's take a look at this replay and see if we got exactly who it was, but Kingsley was waiting for the puck at the blue line. He received the pass, and the puck trickled behind Kolb, and Archibald was able to put it behind the net, or put it in the net, excuse me. So Miami goes down 2-1 here in the second period. 9:25 left to go. Not what Miami was looking for whatsoever. Archibald, that's his third of the weekend, his fourth goal overall, as this puck is cleared out of the zone. You just had a feeling that Embry-Riddle, as that puck is covered by Obert, you had a feeling that they were eventually going to get one through with all that offensive zone time that they were having, and it only took took two power plays to finally get one home, but now Miami in a comeback scenario, as it's 2-1 here. Set up by Zanto. It's kept in by Michelini. Michelini with a try that's off a stick and flurries over the head. And there's a distance try from Kagan that goes wide. And we got another delayed penalty here, as it seems like this whole period we've just been on 5-on-4s, as Travis Petikovic will head to the box. They're going to get him for a minor. So Miami now with the chance to respond. Travis Petikovic, the Niagara Falls, Canada native, getting the penalty there. And now Miami with the opportunity of their own. Astulin in the far corner. Back up to Zedekis. Zedekis back down low to Mensimer. In the slot for Ray Owens, but he can't quite find the handle. Astulin back over to Ferry. Ferry tried to one-time it, but couldn't get enough handle on it, as here come the Eagles. Luke with some speed. Redirection, and how did that stay out? Oh my goodness, what a pad save by Henry Kolb. A penalty-killing masterpiece by Embry-Riddle, as Miami will reset in their own zone. 1:20 left to go in the man advantage. Bensimer takes a hard hit. The official's arm goes in the air, and Miami looks like they're going to go on a 5-on-3. But Astulin with a distance try, goes off a body and a hard hit. They score! They do not score. That puck went in the back of the net, but they blew it dead. Let's see if we can get that one on the replay, folks. But Miami, I thought momentarily, put that one in the net. Astulin had the distance try. They got blocked, and then he got a hard hit, and then that puck just went in the back of the net, but they blew it dead. So Ray Owens will head to the locker room to get checked on, but he's hurting. But Miami will have a 5-on-3 here for a minute or so, and now it looks like there's 3 players in the Embry-Riddle box. And Embry-Riddle only has 2 players on the ice. Is this a potential 5-on-2 situation? So the officials discussing a little bit with the scores table with who exactly is getting the call, but it was just hard hit after hard hit. We'll send that replay one more time so you can kind of see the first penalty happened initially. I think they're gonna get the Eagle who made that hit on Astulin. I believe it was Archibald. I can't really see from the replay, a little tough to tell. But regardless, the officials discussing this one, but this one is massive for Miami. If they can find a way to go on a 5-on-3 to try to turn the tables in terms of momentum, as Lawless is still discussing with the official. But man, this could really be a momentum turner if they were able to do so, as the officials go over to talk to Bob Joyce, the head coach of the Embry-Riddle Eagles, to try to get his input, and they go back and are going to talk as a group one more time, and we'll see how this goes. But for now, Embry-Riddle only has 2 players on the ice. And I think the officials are going to discuss what exactly they should do, but it seems like we're going to have, I believe we're going to have a 5-on-2 here. And there's actually not even enough slots on the video board for there. So right now there's 4 Embry-Riddle players in the box, but they are going to send a 3rd guy out. So it will be a 5-on-3. But there's 4 players in the Embry-Riddle box, and I think now the official is going to discuss who exactly is going to go out when. But it'll be 5-on-3 for the Miami Hurricanes. Zadakis waits, he's got Mensimer. Mensimer waits over to Ray Owens, who takes his shot, but it goes too high. A great opportunity for Ray Owens on the far circle. It was right off the face-off. Zadakis was able to find Mensimer, and then Mensimer with an open lane over to Ray Owens, but Ray Owens just a little bit too strong on that shot. Astulin now. Back up top for Mensimer. Mensimer waits, finds the puck back on his stick. Back over to Zadakis. Zadakis with the shot. Goes off on a couple of bodies of Embry-Riddle. Mensimer back up at the blue line. Slap shot attempt. Redirection. The second attempt by Zadakis goes off the crossbar. And the door fell off after the play, after Astulin was hit into the boards. We'll see if we can catch it on the replay. But man, the Hurricanes were really aggressive. It all started with Mensimer's shot, the slap shot that was redirected. And then Astulin tried to find it on the back door and then ended up forcing the door open, as you saw on the replay. So Miami with opportunity after opportunity, but not able to show anything for it. As still 4 players in the box, 21 seconds left on the original penalty on Petikovic. And Zidakis will wait. Ray Owens at the far circle. Back up to Zidakis. Takes a shot, glove down, and saved by Obert. But man, this is something that Miami would definitely like to capitalize on, especially with how this game has gone for them. Not really the most strong offensive game. Only one goal, and it is courtesy of the power play from Max Mensimer, but another chance for one here. Mensimer waits, fires down low to Stolen. Back up top. Down low for Ferry. Deflection in front. And how did that stay out? An excellent save by Obert, who fell on his butt and made the save. You see Mensimer just causing havoc in front, and Stolen couldn't find it in the back of the net. So a penalty, the first penalty on Petikovic expires, but they'll get Noah Kingsley, who now has a fresh 2 minutes on the board. And it seems like the officials are really trying to sort it out now. I believe that they got Rowan and Luke, the captain of this team, with a 5-minute major. And now there's only one penalty on the board. But they might have got him with a, I believe it was a major and then maybe 2 minors. So still trying to figure out exactly what's happening on the scoreboard here, folks. I'll have it for you momentarily, as the officials and the scorekeepers are still trying to figure out exactly what the situation is. But now this gives Miami a little bit of time to discuss what they want to have. Is they have some extra time. It's almost, you can almost call it an offensive timeout for Miami with their top power play unit out. And obviously these are really the guys that Miami wants on the ice, as Stolen had a goal last night. Ferry had a goal last night. Mensimer got his second of the weekend. So it's Ray Owens and Zidakis with an opportunity to get one of their own, but they're still awaiting exactly the confusion. But as we await this short delay, if you would like to support the University of Miami hockey program, feel free to please scan this QR code or type in UMiami Men's Hockey in Venmo so that you can show your support, whether it be for jerseys, equipment, or any of that sorts. Anything or at all is appreciated. But we still await exactly what the verdict is going to be. 6:32 remains on the board for the second period, and I think the offensive unit of Miami is going to kind of just go to the bench and figure out exactly what they want to do. They can kind of consider this as a timeout, I guess. An extended timeout it is. But this is something that I've discussed before that Miami has got to capitalize on. They've already lost the first original power play that was on Petikovic. And now Mensimer and company will await. And an interesting story that we noticed in the comments, we saw lots of comments about Max Mensimer's number 4 jersey that we actually didn't know where that jersey went. And I was under the impression that it was going to the College Game Day set to get worn by Matthew Tkachuk for the football game. But unfortunately, it seems like it got lost in the process. So that is why Max Mensimer is repping that number 61 for the remainder of the season. But just a very interesting development there, because I don't know how many of you fans tuned into the College Game Day when the Miami Hurricanes football team took on the University of Florida, but I saw him with another Miami jersey, but I thought it was going to be Max Mensimer's jersey. But an interesting story for sure this season, as Miami football just really not having the second start of the season that they wanted to have, as it seems like we finally get the okay from the score official. I'll stop my football talk as we'll get ready for some Miami Hurricanes hockey here on the University of Miami Hockey Network here on YouTube. So after a long delay, Ray Owens will find it behind the net. Back up to Zdakis. Zdakis over to Mensimer. Back over to Zdakis. Zdakis with the distance try, and it's gobbled up there by Obert. So once again, Obert, who did not start last night over Holland, proving strong here tonight, only allowing one goal in the first period that was on the power play. And now he's in this 5-on-3 for what feels like forever, as Zdakis will take the puck. He's got Mensimer above the circle. A little misdirection try that's whiffed on by Ferry. Owens down low to the net. He's got a Stulin inside, couldn't find the puck, and it's cleared out by McCaw. So with 20 seconds left to go on this 5-on-3, Miami will have one last push. Zdakis waits. He tries to find some help with Ferry. A wrist direction shot. They score! Elon Stulin puts the puck in the back of the net. And Miami ties this game up at 2 through a redirection shot. See here, Zdakis coming through the zone. He tried to get a centering pass to Ferry, but then the missed opportunity by Ferry ended up confusing the goaltender in Obert, and it left him a little confused, and Stulin was able to just find the loose change and score it in the back of the net. So that's his second goal of this series. He currently leads the scoring for Miami. He's got 10 on the year after that one, as Miami will just continue on this power play. This time now it's a 5-on-4. It's their second power play unit of Jusko. Jusko tries to find Turlick back door, but he whiffs on it. It's kept in momentarily, but eventually cleared out by the Eagles. And Jusko will collect it at the red line. Callahan on the far circle. Under 5 minutes remaining here in the second period. Jusko waits in the slot. He takes a shot, but it's blocked off an Embry-Riddle body, and Kagan will elect to dish it. Jusko waits, fires, takes a shot, and it's saved by Obert. But it's really been Jusko on this second power play unit who's just been really strong. He had a ton of space there that the Embry-Riddle penalty killers were giving him, and he was able to find the shot that he wanted, just shot it right into the chest of Obert. So now the first power play unit for Miami will step back on the ice as the power play expires. So only one goal allowed from Embry-Riddle, but still costly penalties for them, as Ray Owens will go down the ice. Hard hit into the boards, that time by McCaw. McGuire over to Kagan. Kagan with a distance try. They score! Remy Kagan shot it on net, but it looks like leading the line is going to be Kyle McGuire. We'll see exactly who they give the credit to, but Miami fresh off the power play with an opportunity and a score. It was Remy Kagan who had the opportunity, but celebrating hard was Elon Stulin. Nevertheless, Miami now up a goal here, 3-2, completely flipping the script of the first 15 minutes of this second period. So Miami now in their own zone. If that was Elon Stulin's goal, that was his 11th of the year and his second in a matter of minutes. So here comes Morin. Wei tried to find it through a couple of skates. As Wei will fight through a couple of bodies. Distance try from Castricani, picked up by Morin, but a great save. Here comes Olsen with some speed. And a great defensive play by Castricani to keep it out of harm's way. Lawless will pick it up, back up for the Eagles. Lawless will drop that puck for Kolb, and it'll go down the ice. Ryan Wei giving chase to Kingsley. And Ryan Wei will trip up Kingsley behind the play, and that'll result in another power play for Embry-Riddle. See, right, he's tracking him hard and just got his stick just barely under the skates of Kingsley. So now, instead of Miami being on the man advantage, Embry-Riddle will go on one for their own. 3:13 left to go in the second period, and Lawless will collect the puck. Right down low for Yaki. The distance try off the post there by Lawless. Yaki able to find the puck again. Back for Zanto. Zanto able to clear it. He goes behind the net. Skirmer will pick it up. Skirmer is too antsy with the puck, so he will elect to go out, but he turns the puck over to Turlik. Turlik with an opportunity. He barely misses the net there. It went through the pads of Obert, and a big break for Embry-Riddle as Miami had a crazy opportunity on the penalty kill. Turlik able to get it through Lawless, but not for long. 1:05 left to go in the man advantage. Callahan in the slot to Turlik, a great save by Obert. And the Eagles just having a tough time getting their own out of their own way. 50 seconds left to go in the man advantage. Way on the trip as Zanto will come in the zone. McCaw on the far circle. Waits, gets it inside. Tons of bodies everywhere. Lawless with a distance try off a couple of Hurricanes, and it's picked up by Stulin, who tries to make a play, but it's picked up by Lawless. Into the corner they go again, and they're going to get Stulin for another trip. You see the heavy contact in the boards. Stulin was just trying to play the puck, but they got a little bit too antsy, and again, it was almost eerily similar to how the Ryan Wei trip happens, where they are both trying to make a play on the puck. The Embry-Riddle player makes a pivot and causes the Hurricane stick to go under the skates. So Miami now will be forced in a 5-on-3 for 16 seconds here. And there's 1:30 left to go in the second period. McCormick with that try. But just wide. McCaw now. McCaw steps in, takes a shot off the glove of Kolb. And the penalty on Ryan Wei expires, so Michelini will jump onto the scene. As here comes Michelini with some speed. Michelini into the near side corner. As he takes a cross check, but no call in the air against the Eagles. As here comes Petikovic down low for McCaw. Archibald to find the puck in the far corner. Back down low. Right inside for the Eagles, and it's deflected off a Hurricane stick, and Kagan will just dump it all the way down. 30 seconds left to go in this second period. Your score 3-2 Hurricanes. As one last ditch effort for Embry-Riddle. Here comes Archibald. Archibald pulls on the brakes. He's able to find some help. The distance try from Lawless goes just high. 10 seconds left to go in the period. Lawless deflects it. Here comes McGuire on a penalty killing opportunity. A one-on-one right on in. He scores! McGuire with 2.7 left to go in the second period lights the lamp for Miami, and they extend their lead to 2. It's 4-2 Hurricanes. You see the shot block. It was off the shot from Lawless, and it was just a one-on-one opportunity. Beats him glove side, and Miami goes up 2 goals. It's 4-2 with 0.78 left to go in the second period. Still 34 seconds left to go on the penalty to Elon Astulin. But that'll do it for this second period of action. Miami with 3 goals in that period. 1 shorthanded, 1 even, and 1 on the power play. Just all over the place on special teams as Miami takes a 4-2 lead heading into the second intermission. But before we go, just one more time, if you'd like to support the University of Miami hockey program, whether it be for equipment or any of that sorts of jerseys, please feel free to scan this QR code or donate to UMiami Men's Hockey on Venmo. But after an exciting second period of play, we head to the break. You will not want to miss this third period of action. Hurricanes 4, Eagles 2 after 2. We'll be back. Hello folks and welcome back into Kendall Ice Arena for the third period of action between the Embry-Riddle Eagles and the University of Miami Hurricanes. Miami currently up 4-2 here with 20 minutes left to go. An absolute explosion of offense. 2 goals from Elon Astulin and 1 from Kyle McGuire on the breakaway just before break. Ends us in this 4-2 hockey game. And you know, I was looking at our YouTube comments before, or during break, I should say, and I noticed something. I noticed that we are only 8 subscribers away, 8 subscribers from 500 subscribers here on the University of Miami Hockey YouTube channel. Please, we would extremely appreciate it if you would drop that subscribe button. It's completely free, and you get notified every time there's a University of Miami club hockey game here in Kendall Ice Arena, and maybe if we go to an away game as well. So subscribe if you have not already. We really appreciate it, and we would love it so much. And we'll get ready for this third period of action here from Kendall. 4-2 Miami. To start off the third period, Miami will go in white from right to left, and Embry-Riddle will be in all navy from left to right. It's a 20-second power play remaining on the penalty on Elon Astulin, as Miami pretty much will clear this one out with that outburst from Ray Owens. Miami already has a shorthanded goal this game thanks to Kyle McGuire on the breakaway. As here comes another breakaway. Ray Owens right on in, and a great save by Obert. You thought there for a minute, I just spoke it into existence. Maybe we got a little deja vu as Embry-Riddle had a tough time getting out of their own zone. It was a one-on-one in a tremendous save by Obert to keep this one a 2-goal lead for Miami. But the penalty expires on Astulin. So the top line for the Hurricanes will head on the ice. Back to 5-on-5 action here. Some of the ice conditions are a little bit rough as we see the puck a little bit sticky on the ice after a little bit too much water been left on a hard hit into the corner as that puck is cleared out. Embry-Riddle with Petikovic will send it down the ice. McGuire will collect it, and it gets blocked there by McCollum, excuse me, and Archibald will go in the near corner. Back up at the point. The shot by Embry-Riddle is blocked by McCormick on that try, and he'll collect the puck. Bodies collide, and Embry-Riddle will recollect. Here comes Petkovic with some speed. McCollum with the puck. He gets a check in the back and loses the puck. Zadakis will try to clear it. He's unsuccessful. That puck backhanded on by McCollum, but it finds its way on the stick of Elon Astulin. Elon Astulin with Turlik goes on the outside, tries to cut inside, but can't find the stick of Turlik. Zadakis steps up on the puck to keep it in play. The wraparound try. Callahan on the backhand couldn't quite find the puck. Michelini on the far circle. Back down low to Callahan. Callahan wraps around the net. Inside to Astulin. Distance try right to Turlik, and it goes back around the net. Miami doing a great job on the offensive, applying pressure, but it gets cleared up as I say that. Hard hit at center ice as Miami will recollect in their defensive zone. Stretch pass all the way up to Turlik. He loses that puck to Kingsley, and Embry-Riddle will recollect. McCormick loses that puck to Jusko, and it's swiftly covered by Obert. 3 minutes off the clock here in the third period, but Miami in unfamiliar territory against this Embry-Riddle team. All of their leads in this series have been within just one. Both teams just exchanging punches. but Miami stretching a goal out to 2 goals. So this is the largest lead for either team in the series. As Phillips will chase on the puck, gets sent down. Icing is waved off by the officials. And Embry-Riddle will try to exit the zone. Callahan has something to say about it, though. He uses his stick to maneuver down. And it's rang around by Filler. Back up top, Olsen with some speed. He gets poke checked there well by Castricani, who takes a hard hit. And it's swiftly covered by Cole, but Castricani took a hard hit behind the play. So you see Castricani was trying to play the puck, and then he just got decked. Hope he's all right. As Miami will have to settle for a defensive zone draw after the chance from Embry-Riddle. Puck won back by Embry-Riddle. It's Lawless who rings it around the boards. Kept in by Cornell, and he gets a great shot on net. But an even better save by Kolb. Cornell has a goal in this game. Back in that second period, as there's a shot blocked by Del Duco, and it goes up the ice for Brandenstein. Brandenstein gets around Lawless, and Kingsley and Brandenstein will battle below the net. Kagan able to keep it in. That puck flies in the air. It's sent down. Brandenstein battling with Kingsley down low. Morin's also helping out the case. The puck is free, but neither person can really get to it as it gets freed up for Kagan. Kagan was able to stay onside, took a try that went above the crossbar. Del Duco getting held onto, and it looks like they're going to get Embry-Riddle for a hold here. See, the puck was battled for in the corner, and Del Duco was visibly held by Hunter Skirmer. And Miami will, seems as though, go on the power play. Hunter Skirmer from Pennsylvania, excuse me, from Annapolis, Maryland, played for the Pennsylvania Huntsmen. Getting the call there, and now Miami with a chance to extend their lead to 3. But Archibald's able to clear it out, and here come the Eagles. A try that's sticked aside by Stuhlin. McCaw was there on the attack, but Archibald doing a good job defending the blue line as the hit and contact along the boards forces the boards free, so they will reset at just above the blue line. Only 20 seconds off the clock here in the man advantage for the Miami Hurricanes, trying to extend the lead and get those 2 points in the very competitive College Hockey South ACHA division. Miami currently sits with 9 points, tied with Clemson University. So they have a chance with this to potentially jump Clemson and UCF in the standings if they are to hold on, as that puck flies into the netting. Embry-Riddle, on the other hand, they earned their first tie last night, and they sit at 2-4-0-1 with 5 points. So, 6 points. So obviously, Embry-Riddle playing to get back in the playoff picture, as there's a backhand right on, and an Embry-Riddle player is hurt behind the net. As the athletic trainers will go to check on him. I believe that is Lawless behind the play. it was hard contact behind the net. As Archibald goes to check on, that is Lawless, the assistant captain. But he gets up okay, but still laboring as stick taps and applause of approval from the crowd and the players reign, and he will slowly get off the ice. We hope he is all right. That'd be a massive loss for these Eagles, as not only has he been a leadership presence, Wallace also has 2 goals on the year, so he's one of those guys that they look to for those goals, and they need 2 of them right now here on the penalty kill, as Miami, with under a minute to go left in their power play, will look to reset with a Stulin. Stulin pivots, tries to get through 2 defenders, and gets that puck taken away. That decision by Stulin maybe should have been a little bit more patient getting that puck and dishing it off, as Miami was just a little bit too antsy to try to just make something happen. Stulin does have 2 goals in this series, as he receives the puck again. 25 seconds left to go in the man advantage. Fresh off the bench is Remy Kagan on a 3-on-2. Kagan able to get around Jackson. Kagan waits, goes to the slot, slap try by Stulin, somehow stays out. It was over the crease, and a great opportunity for the Miami Hurricanes, who could have had their 5th of the night. And the penalty expires, so a missed opportunity for Miami, but Remy Kagan is very proactive as a defenseman. He's one of those Victor Hedman-esque players, as another Eagle is hurt behind the play. But I just want to talk about this replay. Just take out, look at this great edge work by Remy Kagan, able to find a Stulin, and then it went behind the pad of Obert, but Ferry was right there. He couldn't find the puck. So it results in Miami not getting another goal. But as I say that, it looks like Miami is going to head on the penalty kill themselves, with Riker Ferry in the box. Didn't quite see what happened there, but it was behind the play. Nevertheless, Miami now has to defend a 2-minute minor for the next minute 45. So right after their power play, Embry-Riddle has one of their own. Archibald able to split 2 defenders, but a good job by Kyle McGuire, who had that last-second goal at the end of the second period, to shoot it down. Miami makes a defensive change, and Kingsley will come up. The 2 players collide. That was McCormick and Archibald, who couldn't quite get out of their own way. And now McCaw comes up with some speed. McCollum dumps it down low. Archibald will collect behind the net. Back up top for Kingsley. The crossing pass is blocked by Callahan, and both players battle McCaw, and not able to find that. The diving attempt by Callahan, and excellent work on the penalty kill, but McCollum still able to find it. Kingsley back over to McCollum. Back down low, but a good defensive play by Castricani to clear that puck, and Miami escapes their defensive zone. Under 30 seconds left to go in the power play. Here comes Olsen with some speed. Olsen waits through the slot. He elects to look for some help, as that puck goes a little high, almost goes to the bench, but it's cleared out once again by the Hurricanes, and that'll just about do it for the man advantage for Embry-Riddle, as here comes Kyle McGuire, who comes to step up as the penalty officially expires. McGuire steps down and dumps it down low. Here comes the Stulin, over to Owens, excuse me, and Owen an opportunity. In the slot is Stulen, excuse me. Bang, bang play after bang, bang play. Here comes Stulen with a shot, blocked by an Embry-Riddle Eagle. And here comes Embry-Riddle the other way. It's Olsen. Over Zanto. Olsen tries to go around the far circle, but it's missed in front, blocked off the body of Riker Ferry, and is collected. Michelini loses that puck, and it goes down to Jackson. But so much pandemonium with ERU trying to get it out of the zone as there's a puck that goes on net. But it was that top line of Owens, Ferry, and Stulen who were really just going back and forth, causing all types of issues for Obert. But still, great goaltending, keeping this game only a 2-goal lead for Miami. As here comes Way with the puck. He's got Del Duco with him. Del Duco waits. He's got Castricani. Castricani with the distance try. That's blocked off of an Eagle and picked up by Way. Way down low is getting held. The official is not calling it as Morin will center one, but Way was not able to find the puck. As a hard hit there along the near boards on Petkovic, as the official currently checking out the status of Petkovic. 9:32 left to go, but that would be the second hurt Eagle in this period. It was a hard hit along the boards, and we hope that he's all right. As Petkovic will get up all right, but he is going to need some assistance from the medical trainer, as there will, it seems, not be a penalty on that one, as the official's still talking it over. No, it looks like they are going to get Ryan Way. At least he's getting motion toward the penalty box. And he's going to head to the box. So now Miami will have to kill off another penalty, which they've done pretty well tonight. But that's going to be a 5-minute penalty on Way for boarding. They weren't official. There was no official announcement, but Miami has to kill off a 5-minute 5-on-4, as here comes Lawless with a shot that goes wide, which is not what you wanted if you were Miami. That takes off a lot of time, and that's a lot of ask for these penalty killers, as here comes Turlik with a ton of speed. Turlik on Archibald. Lawless able to pick that puck up. He loses his heads, though, so it results in Callahan almost finding that puck, but he's able to get up, and Lawless is able to get some momentum himself. As that puck gets dumped down low by McCollum. McCollum with Michelini down low. Archibald gets tripped up by Zidakis, as here comes a shot by the Eagles. The rebound attempt just goes wide. Archibald had an open net. The wraparound attempt, they score! That was number 19, Jake McCaw. with the goal there. It was loose change, right found on net, and just like that, with another delayed penalty, Miami allows a goal. Your score is now 4-3 in favor of the Hurricanes. But just a tough situation for Miami. Obviously the 5-minute penalty on Ryan Way after the hard hit into the near boards, and then there was a trip pending on Sudeikis, but it seems like they're gonna get Jake McCaw for a celebration penalty, because he had a penalty, or he had an excessive celebration, I think they are saying. So that penalty will go on him as we await the official confirmation. But nevertheless, Miami now in a 4-3 hockey game as the officials still discuss the verdict of the goal and also the excessive celebration. So they are going to get the goal scorer on that goal, Jake McCaw, on that penalty. But because that penalty is a major on Ryan Way, there will be still about a full power play for Embry-Riddle after this 4-on-4 concludes. As here comes Lawless with a shot, goes off of Kolb. Skirmer couldn't quite get a handle on that, as Lawless will pass right back to him. Luke with Lawless. Lawless now with some speed. No offside called. Back up top for Skirmer. Back over. The shot from Luke is deflected off a Hurricane stick and sent out of play. Just great movement by Embry-Riddle, but even better defensive effort from the Miami penalty killers. Even though this is a 4-on-4, Embry-Riddle does have that momentum from that goal. So it's a pretty similar line to if Miami were to kill a penalty. They got Elon Stulin out there with Ferry. As coming up with a ton of speed is Luke. Luke comes up, takes a shot that goes wide off the glass. And he was with so much speed right there that he took himself out and the play is blown dead. I think they're going to say the net came off, but we'll see. Watch the amount of speed he comes into, and he runs into the net, made some contact, and they will reset outside of the zone because the net was pushed off by an Embry-Riddle player. So Miami trying to find that puck, but it's found first by Olsen. Olsen drops it back, and it's fired back down by Luke. Puck battled in the corner. Olsen falls over, but it's sent all the way down the ice for no icing because it is a 4-on-4. As Lawless will pick it up behind the net. Back up ahead is Coronado. That's just sent into the netting. And now only 13 seconds left to go in the 4-on-4, so pretty much to a T. 2 minutes and 1 second of power play time for Embry-Riddle. It's faced off coming in the Hurricanes' defensive zone at the near circle. shot there, and a great shot block by Turlick. It's one of those things where you put your body on the line for the team on the shot from Kingsley, as Kingsley comes in now. Kingsley turns around, able to find Archibald. Archibald back up top for McCaw as the penalty expires. Now it's a 5-on-4, as here comes Archibald with the turnaround try. It stays out of the net. Kingsley. Back over from McCalmy. Back over to Kingsley. In the slot. Unable to go was McCaw as Miami tries to clear it. Callahan overcommitted. Jackson pulls on the brakes. Back behind the net. Near side try. Easily covered there by Kolb. But man, ever since this power play started for Embry-Riddle, it's just been all attack. As you see the near side shot that was coved actually by the blocker. So he covered it with the blocker. That is actually a really difficult save to make, as a minute and 14 remains on this power play. Riker Ferry able to find that puck and shoots it all the way down. 5:30 remaining in regulation. Miami currently leads Embry-Riddle 4-3 with 54 seconds remaining on the man advantage. Here come the Eagles with a ton of speed. That shot goes wide off the stick of Yaki. Sullivan tried to get that puck out. He's unable to do so thanks to Lawless. And then finally it's cleared out by Chris Michelini. Yaki goes behind the net and collects it. Drops it back for Skirmer. He takes a tumble, and Miami's able to find that puck, and with 15 seconds remaining on the man advantage, they clear it out, and it would be assumed this will be the last push of the power play for Embry-Riddle. Good defense on the blue line by Ferry, but they're able to get past as the penalty expires. Close inside. The puck is loose. Behind the net it goes as it gets backhanded out by Michelini. Kept in. Another try. Puck is deflected in front and kept out. Lawless with the try. Sent wide. Coronel had a shot that was unable to be kept in. Lawless couldn't find the puck. It's pushed out for Ilana Stulin. Stulin's got Ferry. Ferry couldn't get a clean grip on the shot. Great defensive play by McCormick. McCormick now on the attack. Goes backhand. Looks for some help. He can't find any. And the net will be knocked off again here. But we're going to take a look at this replay again. It's an excellent job by McCormick to get the backhand right on, but it was so much speed that he had that he knocked the net off. So now we're back to 5-on-5 hockey with 3 minutes and 47 seconds left in the third period. Your score is 4-3, and now if you're head coach Bob Joyce, the question may become, when do you want to pull your goaltender in Ober? As Miami able to clear that one out. Here comes Ryan Way. Way gets a quick shot on net, but it's padded aside. As Way comes in with a lot of speed. He loses the handle on the puck at the blue line, but it's picked back up by Brandon Stein. Brandon Stein able to get it ahead for Del Duco. And he sends a shot on net that's blockered aside. Here comes Embry-Riddle with a ton of speed. That's Filler now. Tries to get a shot on net, but it's blocked by Castricani, and he's feeling that one. He's hurt, laboring on the ice as Miami tries to clear the zone. Del Duco will dump it down and chase as Miami makes a wholesale change. Brandon Stein tries to find the puck on net as Jusko tried to find it down low. It's picked up by the Eagles. McCaw finds it on his stick, and they get blown offside after the deflection off one of the players. So with 2:31 remaining, Obert is getting the communication from the head coaches of Embry-Riddle of when do they want him to get pulled. He's way out of his crease right now, as Remy Kagan will clear the puck out. Olsen tries to make a good move. It ends up on an Eagle stick and is barely missed wide. Olsen finds it back on his stick, and it is blown dead again for the net, getting knocked off once again. As some displeasure from the crowd, as Henry Kolb kind of just shot some water on it and was hoping it would freeze up so the net would stay on. It's had a tough time this period staying on, as Obert way out of his crease. Miami finds possession of the puck, but it gets played there by Skirmer. Sent down low by Turlick, and with 1:50 left to go, Obert trying to get out of his crease, but great poke check by Jusko to keep it in of Hurricanes' possession. 4-3 your score. 1:38 remaining. That one sent down as Embry-Riddle tries to make a change. Here comes Santo. He's got the puck. He dumps it down low for McCaw. McCaw back up top for McCollum, but he loses the puck and it gets sent out of the zone. The net is now empty with 1:15 remaining in regulation. 6 skaters on now for Embry-Riddle as that puck gets turned around and shot down the ice by Jusko, but it will be an icing. So no changes able to be done for Miami, so McGuire will stay back on the ice. And with 1:05 remaining, Miami will now have to play keep away from Embry-Riddle. And it seems like Miami is going to call a timeout as they want to talk things over on what exactly the game plan might want to be. How do you want to limit the goal scorers of Jake McCaw and Santo and company of Archibald as well, who has had 2 goals this series? How do you want to limit those guys as they get ready for a decisive 1:05 seconds, which will be action-packed and full of emotion for Miami? As they're looking for their first win in 2 weeks since they had the off last week. They played the University of Tampa, who they took down in 1 game of that series, and now they are looking for their third win of the year. So the energy in here gets a little bit more intense as Embry-Riddle loses that draw, but it ends up on the stick of Ferry. Ferry can't find the puck. It's a bouncing puck. Kingsley takes a shot, goes off of Ferry. Back over for Luke. Kingsley back to Luke. Back down low for Archibald. 45 seconds remain. Archibald. Back up top for Lawless. Lawless. Back for McCollum. McCollum goes inside, and a diving save there by Kolb. Watch here, just Embry-Riddle just trying to find the perfect attempt, and they end up getting one, but an even better diving save by Kolb as that puck gets cleared out of play, and the Miami bench, the Miami bench pleading their case as they want this one to be a neutral zone face-off right outside the blue line, but they're not going to get it. Under 30 seconds remain as Owen Gupta pleads his case to the officials, but the play will resume. Ferry loses the draw. Kingsley keeps on to the puck. Lawless with a try, and a great save by Kolb. Only 7 seconds went off the clock there, so Embry-Riddle is trying to get something on net and on net quick here. The anxious energy in here is infectious as Miami able to clear the puck down the zone. It going towards the net, and it will go into the back of the net. They score! We'll see exactly who leads the line. But Miami's not going to go handshake. See if we can see it on the replay who exactly got the goal. No, we only got how it went in the back of the net, but Miami gets their 5th goal of the game. And that one most likely does it here in Kendall. 14.3 seconds remain as Miami and Estulin win that one back. And Zadakis will just play the puck. He'll send it into the other corner. And he'll just pin it as time expires here in Kendall. Miami takes down Embry-Riddle 5-3. Here in their 8th game of the season, their 3rd win overall. And that does it here in Kendall. Miami will jump up to 5th place, depending on what the University of Central Florida does. But that is now their 11th point of the season. Miami comes away winners, and just a great display of offense from Miami this series, with 9 combined goals over 2 games, taking down the Eagles of Embry-Riddle. But the Hurricanes will come away happy as we conclude our coverage of the University of Miami hockey team. We thank you so much for tuning in and watching this coverage of the University of Miami club hockey team. Whether you were here for our AC/DC game back yesterday afternoon or last night or even right now, we appreciate you for all you do supporting this YouTube channel. And just a reminder, if you haven't already, please go subscribe so we can get up to 500 subscribers. It would be quite a milestone for this Hurricane team and this program, as we say so long from Kendall Ice Arena. Miami winners in this one, 5-3, your final score.